Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow, where we discuss anything and everything. I am Petrina, your beautiful host.
And I'm your co-host, David. Welcome to the show, guys.
Okay, to my right is David. Welcome to the show, David.
It was nice to have me.
And I have Lights
Right,
in the
welcome.
studio. Welcome, Lights.
Very so sir. We appreciate your
Thank you
presence.
for
My
joining
pleasure,
us.
yes.
Thank you for joining
So here is the deal. We're in our 20s, right?
us. Mm-hmm.
And it feels like everyone is screaming at us to figure out our lives. On
Yeah.
one hand, we feel the pressure to find the one and
Yeah.
settle down.
Mhm.
On the other hand, there's the whole hustle culture telling us to grind 24/7 and stack that cash.
Jimason,
I mean,
that's
come
all.
on. Are we supposed to be swiping right or dating our LinkedIn?
So on today's episode, we'll be talking about whether it's better to be broke and build up or loaded and lonely. Is it all about securing the bag, or we should be trying to, secure a babe? So whether you're on team love is the answer or team show me the money, today we'll be talking about it. We'll be asking questions.
Okay, let me start from you, Barrister.
He's not in his 20s. We'd like to point that out.
Eh.
So, in case it's not so obvious.
Which one do you believe a 20-year-old should be doing?
Well,
Finding love or money?
I think it's good that you have one person at least. That's the essence of the show that have crossed that threshold.
Yeah.
20.
We look young, that's why I have to
So-
clarify.
No, people still call me boy. I am 44 years old, by the way.
Mhm.
Yes. Now, the truth about it is that I'm going to tell you what I did in my 20s.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes. And I didn't turn out bad. What I did in my 20s was I focused on the purpose of my life, having discovered that I have an agenda. I had to make sure that I poured in my 20s into my purpose.
Mm.
Nothing leaked. Just like I always refer to the Holy Writ. Jesus said, except the corn of a wheat falls to the ground and die, that bites not. But if it dies, it brings forth fruit. So your 20s should be the time when you sacrifice a lot. That's when you develop your inner faculties. And incidentally, that's when you're in school. Okay, or
Mhm.
that's when you're about to leave school.
Mm.
Okay, so you immerse yourself, building and developing yourself for the future.
Mhm.
That is what you do exactly. Because we live in 330s. Now, from 0 to 30 is your learning years. That's when you used to learn everything you have to learn. Not actually everything, but most of the things you need to know that will define your future. You do it between 0 to 30.
Mm.
Then between 30 to 60, okay, is your earning years. Earning years. You have your learning and you have your earning years. That is where you earn. Now, the way you manage your first 30 will determine how your second 30 will look like.
Mm.
You understand? Those who didn't go to school in their first 30, in their learning years, they are not trying to do it with their earning years. Go and ask them. It's not easy. They are
Difficult.
almost like the shadow of themselves.
Mm.
Then from 65 to death is your yearning years. That looks like your retirement. Now, your retirement can either be rosy, cranky, or whatsoever. It's dependent on what you did with your first 30 and your second 30.
Learning and
Okay?
Yeah.
So you have your learning, your yearning, your learning, your earning, and your yearning years. So you put that together. But we are actually in a more opportunity prone society now.
Yeah.
In my days, at the time I was 20. Okay, I was 20. Yes, as at the time I was 20, there was no cell phone. Cell phone came out in 2001,
Mm.
right? So I was in my 20s, exactly 20 in 2000. So it tells you that I had to do this, a lot of things. But the truth is that build your life in your 20s. Before you end your 20s, before you get into 30, you must have solidified the background. You have kept the springboard. You have at least you are taking at least a master's degree.
Okay, Barrister, before I ask the others. You said finding your purpose is what you should be doing in your 20s. Don't you think that money can help you find your purpose?
I didn't say finding your purpose is what you should do in your 20s. Before 20, you should have found your purpose. I said that's
Before
when
20.
you solidify it. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, that's when you invest into
You
what you
invest,
already
you
know.
pour into it. What you identify. Of course, before you got into investing, you made a
But
choice.
a lot of us don't. We just choose things and then later on we regret.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not. There's no hard and fast. There's no iron cast.
Yeah.
Life has
I
no
remember
def-
you said something along that.
Life has no
those lines.
definition. That's the truth. Life has no
Okay.
definition. You understand? I don't even have the moral authority
Okay,
to
yeah.
be telling people how they must live.
Mhm.
It has to be flexible.
Of course.
What works for one, no two humans are the same.
Mhm.
Destinies varies, temperament varies, environment varies. So everything is so. What we are doing is just permutations.
Of course.
Yes, just maybe like a guide. If it does not work for you, fine. It doesn't change anything. You understand? So, but what I'm saying is that there are some basic principles that cut across. When you devote your time into studying what you want to become or pouring yourself into your purpose, if you have found out what it is you want to be, if you have not found out what it is you want to be, perhaps you could be doing everything or until you eventually find the one that clicks or that syncs with what you want to do. But the most important thing is that in this day and age, I feel that at least before 30, you should have a master's degree. I mean, life is not about degree only. Because today you can do professional courses, IT, look for the direction if you have flair for it. But what I'm saying, you should, even if you don't have a master's degree, your inner faculty should be able to reason at a proportionate level with somebody who ordinarily had read up to that level, even if you have not read up to that level. That's what I mean. Because knowledge is the
So what
universal
you're saying
property
is-
of mankind.
Everything you said. Since,
Money first before love.
more like purpose. Love is not really what you should be occupied with.
No, I don't
Not
think
much.
love. I don't think.
He didn't even
love.
mention it at all.
No, I
That's,
don't.
that's what I'm saying.
Say no
now.
way, yeah.
Like, didn't-
He didn't mention it at all.
Love is that one is not difficult to fix now. No, not. It's not because
Some people will argue
in the
against
process.
that.
Hold on. In the process of pouring this into this, pouring your purpose and all that, of course, life will gravitate you towards someone like
So,
mine.
yeah,
Mm.
okay.
I'm not saying you should
People don't
shut
see
it
it
down.
that way. Instead, they will be looking for, instead of just allowing things to flow.
Allow it to flow. Not that you must finish
Distraction.
one and put full stop there before you now face the other one. But things can
So
also.
it brings me to the next question. Balancing both. Is it possible to?
Wait, before
But-
that, we've not asked our other guests. What do
Okay.
you think? Do you think
okay.
love versus money? In your
For
20s?
you, don't be intimidated. You.
Of
Say your
course,
mind.
not at all.
Collect your money.
I'm not saying that money or love.
You
I
like
think money,
love.
money. I love love.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's
We
not
are
like I
plenty.
love love,
We are plenty.
but then money should come in first.
Mm,
Yeah, because we've tried this love thing
mm.
and
It's not paid.
we've. You get it, sir.
A-
Breakfast,
a great-
left and right.
A
So
great
you
songwriter
get to be
said,
invested our time. Do
"Love is sweet, but when money enter, love,
love
is
is
sweeter."
sweeter. You get it. So at times you don't need to actually like just waste your time on looking for somebody to love and love. I don't know today. People that
But what
broke,
about the marrying early? You don't subscribe to that.
marrying early?
Mhm.
It
Like
works for
marrying
you.
It's for people that have money. You can't just go and
No, no,
marry.
no.
Let's take it. See you. that
Hello, it's not for people that have money. Me, I can say I married early because I married at 30.
That's
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 early.
late now. That's late now.
You're another person.
You know why I says early? You know why I says early?
Why?
As at the time I got married, my circumstances was such that anybody that heard it,
You're just supposed to
You're
marry.
married. What are you looking for?
that's why I says early. See, what is early to you might not be what is early to them. You understand? Your circumstances is not the same with mine. Mine is, as at the time, in fact, I had no business getting married as at the time I got married. But you know my life. My life is that anytime things look clear for me,
You want to pick up something that
you
is
understand?
glory
I
road.
want to take one heavy thing and put on my head.
Mm.
So it has been like that. I've been stretching myself, suffocating, almost want to die. But that's exactly what I did. And I was thinking, I don't know who sent me to go and do this thing. I have no business. My mates were not there. But that's why I said it was early. But I know people who got married at 20, 21, 22.
19.
People got married at the NYSC camp now.
Of course. Different proposal. And now.
And the federal government will sponsor it.
Yeah.
So you can consider
Yes,
it.
you can.
Okay.
Yes,
But no, we can't again.
Federal government will pay
Almost
for
done.
it. If you once
So
you,
you both can see.
in the camp,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
Let's
When you
give that
see
some
drink.
thought.
Money.
Money,
I
have
don't
you?
even go there.
Why is
Well, I
it?
thought you were a lover boy.
You would if you enter a relationship with that money, how is that relationship going to even last?
They are spending.
There's
Wait,
some
wait.
understanding your
Lover boy,
Understanding.
where
So you
you
get
say-
understanding your
Understanding.
hunger.
Where understanding
See,
girlfriend
I'm
died
just
with our mom's generation. It's
No,
No,
gone.
we still have
No,
some.
no, there's still understanding girlfriends today.
Right.
Of course, we have.
Okay.
I've not met any. Would you
Okay.
understand, Peshina?
I'm not.
I'm not going there.
Can you imagine?
Uh,
So because of the reality of things on ground, look for money. Go for money.
You have
go
to.
for
Yeah.
money.
You have me.
have heard it.
This is me speaking. There is this funny video that this man was. I don't know. I don't think he's Nigerian. When the interviewer was asking him, "Are you saying?" He said, "Go for money." He said, "What will happen to the poor man?" He said, "Poor man. What's poor man doing around law?" That was his
Funny but
statement.
true.
So the 20s for me. Now, one thing that is making me change my mind or my stance is what he said. That as a result of your pursuit in your 20s rather, you will just naturally. Nobody is an island. Because you are pursuing that, you are obviously mixing with people, interacting, doing this, doing that. In the process of doing that, you will definitely see someone that
It's
a
not
lot
a
of your
distraction.
interests will align,
Mhm.
and a lot of your values will align to, and you just say, you know what, you are the most beautiful person I ever saw in my life. How about we just make it?
No, it's
No,
not
no.
balanced. So, okay, if you get to meet somebody along the line,
Yeah, that's
the
what.
person is rich or richer than you, then you can settle. But you both are on the same level of income, no money.
Okay.
you don't have to have anything to marry. I've been telling you this thing.
Sir.
There are people that
Sir, you don't have to do
have
anything
you
to marry,
genuinely
but
believe it.
I believe it too.
that
You genuinely
Because
believe it.
No, I believe that.
Let him
Let me tell you
explain.
what I believe.
Because we've had
Let me tell you
quarrels
what
with this with my mom.
Let-
too.
let
A lot
me-
of
Let me tell you what I
people
believe.
of that
I don't
generation
believe that. I don't believe that there must be money. That money should be the yardstick for you to find a partner and settle with. Money shouldn't be.
Why not?
Yeah,
what should be?
if you have money, fine,
okay,
good, it's okay.
okay,
But when there's no money, it should not preclude you.
okay,
Okay, of course, you are not dead now. You are still alive.
okay. Hope.
Let me tell you. You are spoiling my case. she say hope. Hold on. Let me tell you.
Okay.
See, if you whether you marry that time or not, the way you are living is still the same way you live.
But you
I
don't
disagree.
have
That's
to
what
tie
they call.
yourself
Hold on. That's what they call.
I disagree,
Hold
sir.
on. That's what they call. You can disagree now. Hold on. That's what they call the law of time and space.
Okay.
If you read the book of Ecclesiastes, you find that if you enter this, let's say you move into this apartment now with nothing, no chairs, nothing. This is your apartment. Eh? Because nature abhors vacuum, this place in the next 1 year will be so filled up that you will now think the room is small, whether you have a job or not. This void must be filled up.
It begs it raises the question.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let me let you
See,
know.
I have something to say.
whether you are single,
Mm.
running this thing alone,
Mm.
and then you're already 35, 40,
Mhm.
the woman is already in her 30s, edging at 35, and you want to continue until you make money before you now do the whatever. You are going to wait for too long. You need to do it because that void, you will fill it up whether there's money or not. That's what I'm telling you. It's a principle.
My mom would
You know it's
say.
difficult for you to hold on to
My mom would
principle rather than
say. My mom would say in Yoruba.
Imagine how far.
How they say it in
money.
Yoruba. How they say it in Yoruba is ẹ máa fi kọ́ lọ́run lọ́rùn. What that simply means is just do it and put it on God's neck. He will take care of it. That you don't have. She's maybe you after giving
it brings frustration into that relationship.
See, let me paint it
It brings
first.
frustration.
After you are married to somebody.
Frustration is a phase.
After you're married to somebody,
not a
sir,
phase, oh.
wait. Is it after you're married to
It's not
somebody
a face.
and you impregnate the person and you marry the person with the mind of nature abhors vacuum, and the vacuum is lingering for more than when you expected.
8, 9, 10 years.
But you can also put in for money for that long too.
Yes, it's a possibility.
That's what I'm saying.
Is it?
What did you
You give birth to it.
You can marry. I say you can get married. Yes, you guys are figuring life out here. You guys can get married, but please don't bring children into the equation.
We had
Yeah.
this conversation
It's easy to
on
say.
this show about
Please
having
don't
children,
bring-
and I was the only one.
That said,
No.
that said what?
No,
When
don't
we're
bring
talking
children
about
into the
whether we
equation,
should
no.
have children, whether everybody should have.
No, everybody can
No,
have
everybody-
children, but
that's
if you
not
guys
what
don't
I'm
have
saying.
money.
Based on money now.
Wait,
Yes.
you guys don't have
See,
money,
that's-
please
You
don't
not
bring
join
children.
me.
No, I think I remember this conversation we were talking about.
Yes.
What we said is, don't bring children, a number of children to this world that is above
Cannot
your
take care
means.
of,
No,
exactly.
we're talking about. We also talked about money. If the person, like, if you have money, I was saying that if you don't have money, you should not
You
be having
said-
If
you
you
children.
said-
are
you
married,
not
there is no way
this-
you will not be able to take care of at least one child.
Now you're just back to point. If you're married,
Oh,
if
yes.
you're ma-
I
I
know
know
that
that. I
married
know people that cannot take. I don't
Why
understand.
would
But
you
marriage
go-
gives money.
why
That
would-
me as
for
I don't
you-
understand.
Wait.
Once
for
you get
wait,
married,
let
money is
me-
that for you.
Let's define the dynamics here. When you get married,
Eh.
for you to consider getting married, this is me with my small mind thinking.
Okay.
You want to marry this girl.
Um,
You are no longer living for yourself. Whatever you are doing, you are no longer earning for yourself. So one more person in that mix cannot be into money.
Can you already carry that the burden of taking
One
care of that
person.
woman?
when you have to struggle with your
Oh,
own.
You
yeah.
have not
wait,
finished your own
baggage.
You let one woman. Then how much
Wait.
pampers is? Do
Wait,
you know how much?
the woman is not a liability. She's an asset.
See this thing.
Not all, not all.
The
not
person-
all.
My thought
Not
on this
all.
thing. My thought on this thing is that I know why your generation think like this. I know why. It's not your fault too.
Okay.
You have
Thank
seen
you, sir.
stories.
We've heard names.
Yes, and you have
And
seen.
we've seen things.
When I got married and I went somewhere, one of my friends told me, I said, this your marriage is good though. Say some people if they marry, if you see them. I say,
They go
I
there
said,
with my shit.
see, the truth is that if you are married, what else? I mean, you don't want to bring in children because you don't have money.
Mhm.
It's the same thing now. You shouldn't have gotten married.
Exactly. Don't
You
get
understand?
married.
So
That's
see,
what I'm
see,
saying.
see,
Basically the same.
see, as long as you and your wife are able to feed yourself, you can feed at least 2-3 children. Just telling you.
You don't stop for a while.
Hold on. Hold on, you can do it. What you guys want to, first of all, how much do you need now to marry? How much will you have? You cannot finish, you can't get money finish. You can't count money. Now say,
If you
now,
want to
I
have
guess
enough
the
money.
dynamic from
Higher
our own
income
part,
level than
from
you.
the guys. David, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not speaking for you. There has to be a certain amount of money that you can comfortably just call at any time before you say, okay, I think
I'm ready
I'm
to
ready.
marry.
enough.
Like,
I think I'm
if you
in
have
love.
wedding night, it's not shaking.
How much is it?
Like how much?
Like this, so
Eh.
for someone like me, to say I want to run them now, to say
Like if
Let's say
I
one
have a
talk, no?
place that I'm comfortable in
One.
and a steady source of income
Two.
and miscellaneous in 6 figures, then let's have it.
But you know that.
7
Hold
figures,
on.
sorry, the
You know
figures,
that.
I didn't
Hold
call
on,
it.
hold on. You know that.
That's
Seven.
10 billion. I
Hold
broke.
on. Even if you are employed somewhere or you are doing business, that business have a gestation period. That job, you will not be employed as a middle level manager out of NYC.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Mhm.
So
and have 6
so
figures.
hold on. So you are still going to gestate.
Do you-
Hold on.
I have a elder brother figure that just did this thing I'm talking about.
And that's what I'm saying now. Your
Yeah.
elder brother, somebody that is maybe the age between you and him,
Yes.
6-7.
It's not that wide, but it's a bit wide.
You are saying
So
if you want to run
It
it now,
took some steps, and when he was comfortable enough, he didn't want to entertain having money and not being disciplined or committed to one person, and he found someone he loved. Then
yeah, it's because
He has
we
a
see.
reason
It's
for
because
getting
no,
married.
it's because we try to raise down. We try to raise down the roof when we want to get married. That's our problem.
Mm.
Otherwise, to get married in registry is less than 25,000 naira.
Obvious.
Who wants that kind of wedding?
Yeah, you
Put it
just
down.
bad
Put it
it
down
up. You
now.
just bad it up. Barrister said, do you know
what's the white gown? I've been watching
Do you know the funny
the
thing
fact
with
that-
what he said? This person I just cited
What are you wearing
as
to
an
go? It's not
example,
white.
as
Boring.
as
It's boring.
comfortable as he is,
Cook family rice.
money-wise, I was not at the wedding.
That's what I'm saying. Cut down costs. Cut it down.
I was
Why?
not at
He
the
was
wedding.
not
It was
Why?
just himself.
Why not make your
the lady,
bride
her
feel
family.
like a bride?
And me, I know that
That's
it
it.
was
In
not
the United
himself.
States, in the United States, it takes an
It
average.
was
of-
just the family of the girl.
It takes an average
they were
of
done.
25 minutes to wed whatever. 25
And for the
minutes.
vibe,
No, that sounds.
that not
That
just
sounds.
the deal?
And you
Absurd.
spend 5 minutes to use
It's
It's
that.
not, it's not absurd.
It sounds very absurd.
25 minutes, the next day, everybody have gone their ways. In fact,
God forbid.
my friend who got married, he said that when
In Nigeria,
when
you
the
will not
he said when
allow
the
second
priest
wedding.
was even conducting the wedding, that the man's breath was smelling cigarette.
The priest.
Yes, they have gone far. They are so advanced that they are not ready to close all the streets down because two people are trying to get together. You understand? So we are arrogating costs to what it is we want to do so that we'll shut everywhere down. That is why that is why money will never be enough.
Yeah.
And that is why you
It
are not going to
doesn't
do it
even- it
early.
doesn't have to be
Yeah.
that big of a wedding.
No,
but
see,
something that
It is.
Thanks.
No,
Something
typically
that
we
Something
are
you
talking
can remember.
about-
I cannot know that just it feels like just any other day.
But that's
all
what
my
it is.
wedding-
But that's what it is.
It is any other
Okay,
day.
you have to remember
What
that.
makes it different? Okay, what are you thinking about when you say something?
How about the cost of funding the remembrance?
When you are saying something you can remember, what are you thinking about? You look up in the sky and one helicopter
No.
passes and says,
like
I
that.
said it
love
doesn't
you.
have to be that grandiose.
"What are you thinking
I'm-
of?" Give a little specific.
I don't have not like I said before, I'm not about me getting married. Right.
Okay.
So but
But
I
no be
believe
grandiose.
that your wedding should be at least something that you can remember. It shouldn't be like
Okay,
You
let me
can
give you
remember
this
it's been
one.
cut now.
This
It should
wait,
be
let me
boring.
give you this one. It
You have a
happened
certificate
now.
You have a
It happened
certificate
last
now.
year.
You look at
It should be
certificate.
It happened
boring.
last year. It happened last year. It was a
That's a
friend
live
of mine,
band.
a friend, the elder friend.
For
too.
cut.
I have some elder
people
friends.
even do garden
He
weddings.
is comfortable, very comfortable too. I was not at the wedding too. I don't know. All of them, they are
Why
moving
not?
down.
Yeah.
We're going to wedding.
The point is, at the wedding where they became husband and wife, it was by Waterside in Lagos. With some, I don't know where specifically. It was just him, his brothers, and a few of the family members.
That's
Everybody
enough.
dressing so good.
Yes.
The setting looked almost like all those things you see in white movies.
Outdoor wedding.
And they were, I don't think they were up to 50.
There should not
And there
be.
was quietness, genuineness. The pastor was there. There was, I saw the pictures and I was like, you know what? I think I want to go down this. But I know
the
my
thing
mom
is-
will
See,
say
the thing
no.
is, it's not even about having a big wedding actually.
Will that thing
in the
satisfy
end-
you? That
In the end, you
example.
might have a big wedding and the man maybe he borrowed the money for the wedding. So my own is that
No,
before you can enter
na
that
cool
marriage,
normal too.
the man should have money, and the woman too should have her own money.
Something like that.
And
Money
the
is
woman
important.
too.
So at what
Yes.
age would that happen?
It depends on the person. For me, 25 and above
25 and
You must
above.
have what?
Then you
to get married.
Then say you're
For
married the
both
person.
sexes.
25 and above for both sexes.
So just said that.
But you know that except maybe the person is born into wealth, it takes an average of 10,
25 in
15 years.
Nigeria.
It takes an average of 10, 15 years for a new entrant into the labor market to raise capital enough to take care of himself and one other person.
Mhm.
You understand? Let's say the person came out of school at 22, 23. I think that's when they do service. And they will need maybe 15 years or 10
Or best case scenario, 10 years. Like
10
you said,
years.
10
That's
before you can even go. And if you look at the economy of the country and the labor market and the prospects
All
of
those
getting
all
that.
these dynamics.
So all
You don't
the odds,
get
the odds
it.
are much, you know.
You don't think it.
So the woman should also be considered. That's why I say if whether there's money or not, as long as both of you are schooled, even if one person is not, you can actually do it.
But marriage is not a do or die affair.
Yeah, it's not. No, nobody is
Exactly.
saying.
So
Nobody is
why do
saying.
I have to consider the other person?
I would like to see someone that.
Okay, you don't have to
doesn't
consider
look
the other
I
person.
don't have to consider. I'm trying to make my own money. If I don't find a man that
Has
meets
made it
my
already.
standard, then so be it.
You forget
You go
about
on
it.
with life.
You go on with life. If
No,
you
but
don't see someone that meets your
that
standard.
approach is dangerous. You know why I say it's dangerous? Because if it's marriage we are talking about, there must be some level of flexibility.
for.
It's not rule of law. When you say if this is not, you need to put hard and fast. It will be difficult.
Mm.
You understand? If some people can decide to, this marriage thing,
You see the real
I-
life.
let's just dispense of it. You can actually stay without
What do you want to say?
this thing. But if you have to do it, you have to prune down certain demands. Yes, because if you don't prune down certain demands, sometimes you get
Petrina,
stuck.
Yeah.
it's-
Can you stand
the
your
way you are
standards?
saying it, it's so sweet and I like it. But then life doesn't go that way. You know, of the same gender here. Let's tell ourselves the truth. I have some aunties that in their 45, 50, they have money, they are rich, and they are still at their parents' house till now. No man.
What?
And they are fulfilled.
I don't understand. They have
Because
money
they were
and
like,
their
I
parents'
wasn't
house.
there, but then they were like this.
Wait, I want you to.
You don't get it.
Wait.
They want
You don't-
to
you don't
for
have
that
some
man
person
that
that
would
don't
be
like
able
saying
to.
her parents'
Why
house.
are they in their
How
in
how
a
are
parents'
they in
house.
their parents' house? So they have
Why
money?
did they not go and rent it?
Like,
Because-
she are not married now.
It's not that they don't have the money, they have it, but then they try a relationship has.
Then you
Then
find
you come back.
like Barrister was saying, find your purpose in life. Your purpose is not to go and glue yourself to a man.
What I'm saying is,
Yes, to me.
Petrina,
Yes,
looking for a man that would all might actually like meet your standard. They were actually looking for somebody that would be able to meet up with their standard or above their standard. At the end of the day,
See,
they
I
ended
know,
up.
I know,
That's
I
their-
know
that's
people,
their- that's
I
their
know people,
experience.
I know
That's
people
their
who,
experience.
What I'm
Doesn't
saying is,
mean
No,
that
I
you
know-
cannot.
see, let me
just tell
Anyways,
you.
it might not be like that for you,
I
but
know
it's not like
people-
that for you in Jesus' name. I'm just saying, you get it.
I'm just saying, I know
You know people are
people,
listening to us.
I know people
I'm
who,
saying that
will
you
not
should
be
have,
like,
if you have
you
your
have to
standards,
find a man-
you
Hold on, let
have
me
to
say
bring
this,
your
it's very
standards
important.
down.
Okay, okay,
This
okay.
is very
Let's
important.
enter.
I know people who,
It is where.
whilst we were in school then at University of Jos, they were like, when we were small, we were very small in the class, when they're talking, we're looking at them like this. We're in the same class, but we're too small, we cannot tell them that even we have capacity. So they were talking. Now, I met one of them not too long ago, last year. She, she's working now in a very good place, but according to her, she's not yet married. She's looking for a husband. She's already, at that time, she was 38. So she was telling me all those things because she could talk and all that. Say that what she wants to do now is she wants to go to the doctor now and take her eggs out and store. You can do that. Store the eggs because when you get to menopause, you can no longer fix it.
Gone.
So she took her eggs out and store somewhere so that she can now look for a surrogacy, whatever it is, so that she can have children of her own. Get a man, get somebody to implant and all that. You understand? But whilst we were in school then, she never thought that that's how she was going to get there. She created so many standards around. At some point, I look at my friend and say, even Gulliver's travel. Even Gulliver himself does not meet the standard of that is how many feet tall. Does not only meet the standard of this. I've not met the standard of this lady. But the standards were much. A lot of people came, she jettisoned them and all that. But that's her own issue. Because she doesn't have to marry. Marriage is not compulsory.
Of course.
It's very optional. So sometimes you'll be telling people, why are you saying the person must be this, that? You don't even know the person is not even interested in the thing. So it's not everybody that will do that. Some person can just store their egg somewhere. When it gets to the time when they need children, they go to the doctor. I've seen one man that want to donate, take this sperm, fertilize it, and you'll get a child.
Because
So,
I wanted to ask, why is
when
it that when a man says he doesn't want to get married, nobody bats an eye, but when it's a woman, they will start telling her, "Oh, you
That
guys
is-
like to
Nobody
find
bats an
out."
eye.
Nobody
Nobody
says
bats an eye.
nobody says
That's
I'm
the
not
lie.
find
Ah,
out.
don't
Nobody
gotta finish.
says
That's the
anything.
lie.
Nobody
Everybody
says anything.
bats an eye.
Nobody says anything.
They say
When
you are
a man
a
says he
business
wants to be
even
listen,
family don't.
That's not possible. That's not
it
true,
is
Professor.
true.
Even if
It is
nobody
true.
does that, the family
Your
will
guys,
come
your
Ah,
guys
come
will
on now.
talk.
Like you said, you don't want to
In
get
our own
married.
Your guys
society,
will talk.
Ah,
There's no way.
It's not
Come
true.
on.
At least even if they do,
Come
it is not the same way that
You
people
will
look
get
at
to
women. And
MF.
they're like, "Oh, you regret it." We'll talk about children. When you
No,
can
but one
always
can
get
adopt
children.
now. You can always adopt, even if you don't reserve the eggs. You can adopt. This thing.
There are other options.
There are
You don't have
options.
to get married.
Anyways.
Anyways.
So you can even do whatever you want to
Yes.
do. You can just even get a sperm donor and carry the baby yourself too.
Yeah.
Abi? They
Yeah.
will implant it. So science have made things possible. I don't even know why we're talking about marriage. Why we're talking about marriage when there are other options. We should discuss other options alongside it, Abi.
Yeah, maybe not.
So that's it.
Anyways, thank you so much, Barrister, for being on the show.
My
Live.
pleasure.
It was a pleasure having you today.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, David, for being on the
Yeah,
show.
my pleasure.
Thank you, our viewers, for watching. I'm actually really enjoying this episode.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about some things I heard.
Okay, so goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.